Hello everyone, welcome back to Pabbly. So in this video, we are going to learn how to send an email on Google Form submission using Google Generative AI. So here I've created a client feedback form in Google Forms, and in this case I want whenever a new form submission is made, automatically using that feedback, a new email body should be generated using Google Gemini, and then after generating the email body, automatically that email body should be sent as a mail to my customer. So here to automate this entire process, we are going to use an automation software named as Pabbly Connect, in which we need to connect our trigger and our action. So in this process, our trigger application will be Google Forms and our action applications will be Gemini and Gmail. So to learn this process step by step, let me take you to my screen. Welcome to my screen. So here you can see the feedback form which I have created using Google Form, where I have named my Google Form as client feedback. And here I've added some questions like feedback type, full name, email, phone number, describe your feedback, and overall rating out of 5. So in this case, I want whenever a new form submission is made using this form, automatically using Google Generative AI, a email body should be generated according to the feedback received, and then using that email body, a mail should be sent to my client. So to automate this process, I need to build a connection between my Google Form, Google Generative AI, and my Gmail. So here to build this connection, I'm going to use an automation software named as Pabbly Connect. This is the homepage of Pabbly Connect. You can visit this page by simply browsing for the URL pabbly.com/connect. Here you can see two options that are sign in and sign up free. If you're a new user, click on sign up free and get free 100 tasks every month to explore the software. And if you're an existing user, click on sign in. Here I'm an existing user, so I'm clicking on sign in. After signing in, here you can see all Pabbly apps window, where you can see all the applications of Pabbly. Here to integrate my applications, I'm going to use Pabbly Connect. This is the dashboard of Pabbly Connect, and here to build our connection, I need to create a workflow. And for that, here I'm going to click on this Create Workflow button that is given on the top right corner. Now here in this Create Workflow dialog box, I have to give a name to my workflow. So here I'm going to give the name as Send Email on Google Form Submission using Google Generative AI. And here I'm going to select my folder as Automations. You can select your folder as per your need. Also, you can create multiple folders to save your workflows accordingly. And now to create a new workflow, I'm going to click on this Create button. Now here in this workflow window, you can see we have successfully created a workflow with the name Send Email on Google Form Submission using Google Generative AI. And here you can see two most important principles of an automation process, that are trigger and action. Where trigger says when this happens and action says do this. That means action is a response towards our trigger. Your automation can have a single trigger but multiple action steps. Now let's begin with our automation by simply setting up a trigger. So here I'm going to select my trigger application as Google Forms and my trigger event as new response received. And here you can see we have received a webhook URL. That means here I will use this webhook URL to connect my Google Forms with Pabbly Connect. So here, following the instructions given below, here I've already logged in my Google Form account and I have created a Google Form. So from here, what I'm going to do is that I'm going to connect my Google Form with Google Sheets first. So for that, I'm going to click on this responses. And from here, I'm going to click on this link to Sheets. Here, I'm going to create a new sheet. And here you can see I have successfully created a spreadsheet where I have received some fields such as timestamp, feedback type, full name, email, phone number, describe your feedback, and overall rating out of 5. So basically, these are the fields which I've entered in my Google Form. So now let's check this connection. So for that, let's submit a response in our Google Form. So moving back to my Google Form. So here I'm going to enter the details and submit this feedback form. So here for the feedback type, I'm going to select comments. Here for the full name, I'm going to enter the name as demo user, email as demo@pabblytools.com, a random phone number. And here for the describe your feedback, I'm going to enter a feedback. So here I've entered a good feedback which says, I recently purchased several products from ABC company and couldn't be more satisfied with my experience. The quality of the items exceeded my expectations, showcasing exceptional craftsmanship and attention to the detail. The customer service was also top-notch, providing prompt and friendly assistance whenever needed. I highly recommend ABC company to anyone looking for reliable and highly quality products. Keep up the fantastic work. So here I've added the feedback and now I'm going to give the overall rating out of 5 is 5. And now I'm going to submit this feedback form. So here you can see we have successfully submitted the feedback. So now let's go and check our Google Sheet. And here you can see we have successfully received a response where we have received the feedback type as comments, full name as demo user, email as demo@pabblytunes.com, a random phone number, and the feedback description same as I've entered in the Google form, and overall rating is 5 out of 5. So here you can see we have successfully connected our Google form with the Google Sheet. So now what we are going to do is that we are going to connect this Google Sheet with our Pabbly Connect so that we can receive the response there. So for doing that, here I'm going to click on this extensions, and from here I'm going to click on this add-ons, and under add-ons I'm going to click on get add-ons. Now here in this Google Workspace Marketplace, I am going to search for Pabbly Connect Webhooks. And then here you have to install this Pabbly Connect webhooks in your PCs. So as you can see, it is already installed in my PC. So moving back. Now after installing this Pabbly Connect webhooks in your PCs, you have to follow the same steps. Now after installing this Pabbly Connect webhooks, you have to click on this extensions again. And then you can find the option of Pabbly Connect webhooks in your extensions. Then here in the Pabbly Connect webhooks, you have to click on this initial setup. And here in the initial setup, you can see we have received a field of webhook URL and trigger column. So here for the webhook URL, let me take you back to my Pabbly window. So here I'm going to copy this webhook URL, moving back to Google Sheet, and here I'm going to enter the webhook URL. So now here after entering the webhook URL, here it is asking for trigger column. So basically the trigger column will be a final data column on which if the data is added, the whole of that row data will be sent to the webhook URL. So here as our trigger column will be G, so here I'm going to enter the trigger column as G, and now I'm going to click on this submit. And here you can see it says setup configured successfully. So now we are going to click on this send test. And here you can see it says test data sent successfully. So now let's go and check our Pabbly window. And here you can see we have received a successful response where we have received the overall rating, full name, feedback type, email, and the feedback description. So with this, we have successfully set up our trigger. Now before moving to our action step, let me take you back to my Google Sheet. And here in our Google Sheet, we need to perform another very important step. That is, we have to click on this extensions. And then we have to click on this Pabbly Connect webhooks. And then from here, we have to select send on events. So here we have to turn this on so that Pabbly Connect can capture the new responses easily. So now let's check it again. So here you can see it has turned on. So let's go back to our Pabbly window. So now moving to our action step. And here I'm going to select my first application as Google Generative AI. And here I'm going to select my action event as generate content. And now to connect my Google Generative AI with Pabbly Connect, here I'm going to click on this connect. Here to build a new connection, I'm going to select add new connection. If your Google Generative AI account is already connected with Pabbly Connect, then you can click on select existing connection. And now here to build a new connection, it is asking for a API key. So here in the instruction, it says enter the API key. To obtain the API key, log into the Google AI Studio and go to the get API key section. So here I'm going to click on this Google AI Studio. And here you can see it has taken me to the Google AI Studio dashboard. So here it easily got connected because I was already logged in my Google AI Studio. So from here I'm going to click on this get API key. And here under API key I'm going to click on this create API key. So now here to create an API key, it is asking me to select my Google Cloud projects. So here I'm going to select my project which is named as my first project. So now after selecting this project, here I'm going to click on this create API key in existing project. Here I'm going to copy this API key. Moving back to Pabbly window, and here I'm going to enter the API key. So now after entering the API key, here I'm going to click on the save. And here you can see we are now successfully connected. So now after building a successful connection, moving forward, and now here it is asking me to enter the text. So basically here I'm going to enter a prompt text that I want to send to Google Generative AI so that it can generate the content as per my need. So here I'm going to enter the text. So this is the text which I want to send, which says, I am giving you some details of a user that I have received from a feedback Google Form submission. Write a compelling thank you or sorry email to be sent to this user according to the feedback description on behalf of ABC company. Do not write anything extra in the generated email, only give me the email body as I'm going to send the exact same email to the user. Name, feedback type and feedback description. So here I've left these values blank because here instead of entering these values manually, here I will map the data. Mapping data means insert data from previous step. That means here I will map the data from the response I have received in my Google Forms. Mapping makes our text dynamic so that whenever a new response is captured in our Google form, automatically this previously existing details will be updated with the new one. So here I'm going to map the name. So here I'm going to search for the name, full name. Here I'm going to map the feedback type. And here I'm going to map the feedback description. So here I've done entering all the required text. So moving forward. And now here for the models, I'm going to select the model version as Model Gemini 1.0 Pro Latest. So here after selecting the model, here for the method, I'm going to select Generate Content. And now after entering all the required data, here I'm going to click on this Save and Send Test Request. And here you can see we have successfully received a response where we have successfully received a new email content where it says, Dear demo user, thank you for taking the time to share your positive feedback regarding your recent purchase from ABC company. We are thrilled to hear that our products and customer service exceeded your expectations. Your kind words are a testament to our unwavering commitment to quality and customer satisfaction. We take pride in exceptional craftsmanship and attention to detail that goes into each of our products. Knowing that you appreciate the quality of our items is a testament to our dedication to excellence. Your feedback about our customer service is equally valuable. We believe that providing prompt and friendly assistance is crucial, and we are happy to know that we were able to support you effectively. Your recommendation is the highest compliment you could give us. We sincerely appreciate you sharing your positive experience with others. It is our mission to deliver reliable and high quality products that make a difference in our customers' life. Thank you again for your glowing feedback. We will continue to strive for excellence and provide our customer with the quality products and exceptional service they deserve. Sincerely, ABC Company. So here you can see it has generated a very excellent email body. So with this, we have successfully set up this action step. Now let's move to another action step. So here I'm going to click on this Add Action Step button. And here I'm going to select my action application as Gmail. And then I'm going to select my action event as Sent Email. So that after generating the email body, automatically a mail should be sent to that client. And now to connect my Gmail with Pabbly Connect, here I'm going to click on this Connect. Here to build a new connection, I'm going to select Add New Connection. If your Gmail account is already connected with Pabbly Connect, then you can click on Select Existing Connection. And now here to build a new connection, I'm going to click on this Connect with Gmail. Here I'm going to select my desired account. And here I'm going to click on this Allow and give access to Pabbly as your data is secured with Pabbly. Authorization successful. So now after building a successful connection, moving forward, and now here it is asking for recipient email addresses. So here I need to enter the address to whom I want to send a mail. So again here instead of entering this email manually, here I will map the data. So from here I'm going to search for the email, and here I'm going to map the email. Moving forward, here the CC and BCC fields are not a required field, so here I'm going to leave them blank. And now here for the sender name, I'm going to enter the company name, that is ABC Company. So now after entering the sender name, moving forward, here for the email subject, I'm going to enter the subject as Successful Feedback Submission. Moving forward, now again this reply to field is not a required field, so here I'm going to leave it blank. Moving forward, here for the email content type, I'm going to select plain. And now here it is asking for email content. So basically here I need to enter the email body. So as we have already generated our email body with the use of Google Generative AI, so here I'm going to map the email body that I have received in my Google Generative AI response. So here I'm going to map that body. So here I've mapped the email content. Moving forward, and now here it is asking for file name and attachment. Here I'm not going to send any attachment with the mail, so here I'm going to ignore these fields, but you can add your details as per your need. And now after entering all the required data, here I'm going to click on the Save and Send Test Request. And here you can see we have received a successful response. So now let's go and check the mail. And here you can see we have successfully received a mail with the email subject as Successful Feedback Submission and sender name as ABC Company. And here you can see we have received the same email body that we have generated using Google Generative AI. So with this, we have successfully set up our automation. Now let's test our automation to check whether it is working or not. So to test our automation, we need to generate a new response in our Google Forms. And for that, let me take you back to my Google form. So here I'm going to refresh this window. So here I'm going to add another feedback and do a test submission. So here for the feedback type, I'm going to enter the feedback type as suggestions. And then I'm going to enter my full name as dummy user, email as dummy@pabblytudes.com, a random phone number. And here for the feedback description, I'm going to add a feedback. So this is a suggestion feedback which says, I recently interacted with ABC Company's customer service and wanted to offer some feedback for improvement. While the representatives were friendly, the response times were longer than expected. Enhancing the efficiency and promptness of your support team could greatly improve the overall customer experience. Thank you for considering this suggestion. And now here for the overall rating out of 5, I'm going to rate it 3. And then I'm going to click on this submit. And here you can see we have successfully submitted a response. So now let's go and check our mail. So here you can see we have received a successful mail with the email subject as successful feedback submission, sender's name as ABC Company, and mail body as Dear Dummy User. Thank you for taking the time to provide us with your valuable feedback. We appreciate your suggestions to enhance the efficiency and promptness of a customer support team. We understand that the response times can impact the overall customer experience, and we are committed to improving this aspect of our service. We will take your suggestion into careful consideration and work towards implementing improvements that align with your expectations. Our goal is to provide exceptional support to all our customers, and your feedback helps us identify areas where we can do better. Thank you again for sharing your insights. We value your continued support and will strive to provide the best possible experience to our customers. Sincerely, ABC Company. So with this, we have successfully tested our automation. Now let me summarize this whole video for you. So here I've taken my trigger as Google Forms and my actions as Google Generative AI and Gmail, so that whenever a new form submission is made in my Google form, automatically using Google Generative AI, email body should be generated according to the description received in my Google form, and then automatically a mail should be sent to that client. If you want to use the same workflow, then you can find the clone link in the description box below. I hope you liked the video. Thanks for watching. Not only these applications, you can integrate many other applications with Pabbly Connect. If you have any doubt, you can contact us on support@pabbly.com. If you have any query, you can contact us on forum.pabbly.com. And if you have any pricing related issue, then you can contact us on www.pabbly.com. If you liked the video, please subscribe to our channel and share it with your friends.